Greetings, viewers. This is CFBN Confederate Flag Broadcasting Network. Dan Holmes, your host here. We got a lot of things going on that I got to go. There has been another terrorist attack in Munich, Germany, and we've got a lot of things to go over right now. And we're going to make sure that all the news gets up to date as far as the terrorist attack goes. So, ladies and gentlemen, I got some very important issues to go over right now. So what I've got is, first of all, the attack on the German people out there. You know, you got six killers. You got 6 people that have been killed, 3 killed, several injured that are dead. What we are reporting right now is that they have detained one of the gunmen. The shopping center is located once again in Munich, Germany. There have been 6 killed, several injured. 3 gunmen in the shopping center. 1 has been captured. Trying to gather information about this individual. What we're trying to do is go ahead and broadcast news updates, as many alerts as we can with a southern twist. I'm broadcasting live from Chattanooga, Tennessee. We are sitting here talking about the most recent terrorist attack that happened today in Munich, Germany. You know, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to keep happening all over the world, in our country as well. In the south border right now is wide open. It is wide open for business. That's where they're coming in from. That doesn't take a genius to figure that out, especially if you are an American. That's why the wall needs to be built, and that's why Donald J. Trump will win the presidency. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Dan Holmes, your host, CFBN, Confederate Flag Broadcasting Network. Everything that I address here, we've also got some clips of one of the Young Turks blasting the Confederate flag, calling us Southern terrorists, all kinds of things. That clip, I think I've got the clip properly uploaded. This time it should play better. I'm going to do my best to upgrade as soon as I can. I have got to hit 100 subscribers to do so, to get better equipment and get my own personal link created. So all the viewers out there, I'm asking you to please leave comments, watch all my previous videos that I have posted. And not only do we need the news update about the 6 killed and 3 gunmen, 1 has been captured, being questioned in Munich, Germany. Events happened at the after C yesterday, right before it started, and aftermath. And today we have some. I'm going to tell you what, the generation of the young kids is much more threatened than the previous generation, my generation, what have you. These kids that I'm going to show you are absolutely, they call themselves the communist groups, okay? And what you've got, you've got these kids calling themselves the communist groups at the RNC debates, and these folks are sitting here waving a black flag and in black ninja costumes. To me, that's what it looks like, and it looks like they're pretty much representing ISIS. We're influenced. This is called the communist group. These are young people. Alex Jones' reporter group, Joe, his first former Navy SEAL. He's one of Alex Jones' sidekick, and there's a redhead. I didn't catch her name. But these reporters were on site giving the reports, and this is the type of generation that is being brought up. You've got to understand that what's going on is influencing the young kids like never before. I'm talking ages between 18 to 24. You know, these individuals are actually sitting here and dressed exactly like terrorist attacks. So what I'm going to try to, gentlemen, all this influenced about the terrorist attack and things of that nature. We've got so many things that is causing unbalanced in this country right now, especially the young kids. Because I'm going to tell you something. You know, This is not a good thing. This is not a good thing. Um, every time I expose somebody on my Confederate Broadcasting Network, I'm just started out, and they're trying their best to sit here and interfere with my signals and everything else. When I first started out, didn't talk about any issues. They had no problem with it. So what I've got here is people that are actually trying to sit here and it's really ridiculous and interfere with my signal when I'm trying to broadcast these clips. They don't want to be exposed. That's just the way it is. Everything that I have mentioned over and over and over and over about these people that are sitting here trying to create hate, and they got the Confederate flag in the mix because of the good old dumbass KKK people. See what the KKK people's done over the 100+ years? That this is why we've got the problem that we've got, ladies and gentlemen, trying to explain our Southern Confederate flag because of fools like that. As far as I'm concerned, there's going to be a lot more people that's going to be aware of this, and it's going to pretty much open up a whole new can of worms. You know, there's plenty of African Americans who support Trump. Everybody knows him a racist and everything else, trying to tie him and all this other nonsense. Ladies and gentlemen, the tax in Germany is just a continuation of them trying to put fear all over this country. The Germany country had let 4 million Muslims into their country since January of this year. 4 million. And now you see what's going on now. We've already had them in our country for the last 15 years since 9/11 attacks. That's what I know. They're all over here, radical Islams, committing these heinous crimes. All you want to do is sit here and wonder why these type of things are happening. I want to tell you why. It's a setup. It is called a blank setup. Barack Obama and his followers and his affiliations in that administration is setting the United States up open in the North and in the South, particularly in the South, using the Confederate flag to distract everything from last year when Donald Trump announced his presidency. You know, everybody has got to be, of all ages, has got to be open up to what's going on. Confederate flags being used once again as a hate sign and all these other things. While in the meantime, in the south border down there in Mexico and Texas, all kinds of different Shiites, Islamic terrorists are coming in and just flooding this country. They were told to stand down. 16,000 plus border patrols has endorsed Donald J. Trump. 16,000 plus. Okay? That's almost like 5 to 6 brigades of the United States Army. I'm an Army vet. And, there's plenty of people of all races supporting Donald J. Trump. And these terrorist attacks are going to continue to happen. November is fast approaching. You know they're going to happen. They're going to keep happening, keep happening. They're trying to put fear in everybody else, trying to separate the Barack Hussein Obama and purposely trying to divide this country. That's why you got Black Lives Matter, KKK, Black Panthers movements that are on the loose here. George Soros funds primarily the Black Lives Matter and Black Panthers. As far as I'm concerned, you could take Black Panthers, Black Lives Matter, the KKKs, and any other racial supremacy groups and send them to Alcatraz. You know, this is a clip of a young black man that supports Trump. He's absolutely being peaceful, trying to explain his ways. And here's what happens. You know, this is the kind of stuff that is going to continue to happen. And this is absolutely, you got to watch this, listen to him carefully. This is another African American supporting Trump. And this is happening right in Chicago.
Future might be. There is no future for after you vote. Show me the kind of Republican Trump is. I voted for Trump because I want jobs. I don't want to be a slave anymore. You want to be a I want a job. I want to work for my own money. I want to have I want to pay my own stuff with my money that I make. I don't want handouts. I don't want handouts. I want freedom. I want actual freedom. I want you to be equal, and I want you to think. You have a cell phone now, you know? You have a cell phone, man. Can I give you something to listen to that will kind of change your mind about this? I promise you it will, my brother. I promise you it will, my brother. I will. What are you listening to, my dog? Well, you have to get your mail to yeah, you gotta find that in yourself, my brother. You're going to take your way. So you have no idea. You know how great you really are. And no, you don't know. It's not your fault. We can keep saying that all the time, but in reality, we are not. Look at us. We're not. We put up. Look at what we push us. But at this point, it's no longer the country. It's us. We have eyes. My brother. We have eyes. I choose to ignore them completely. I mean, both of my parents have master's degrees, and they got them in the 70s. I have a degree too, bro. What I'm saying is my children have a degree. But what I'm saying is you set the system 3 generations. What I'm saying is you set the system puts us back, right? Well, then why do they have degrees? This system said no, you can't have any degrees. It gets fucked up, man. You can't do shit without that piece of paper, my nigga. You have no logical point. You're saying that the system isn't broke. So people with degrees are built on the system. However, so people.
Be patient, ladies and gentlemen. Stand by.
People that survive in this land, on this land, in this country, for you to survive, you gotta have a piece of paper that certifies you, whether you right or not. And if you have that paper that says you're certified, motherfuckers are still out. And that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, everybody keeps saying the system is broke, the system holds you down, and all this other stuff. What I'm saying is, we can chill with us in 2015 and out of here, folks. And that's what happens when somebody doesn't have a logical argument. You start doing that shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, African American, Donald J. Trump supporter. Now, if you notice the conversation that was going on, there were so many things that were being said trying to persuade him not to support Donald J. Trump. Trying to sit here and force things in his mind. This is the group, this is one of the individuals that is from the George Soros and the Young Turks group, okay? The Young Turks and George Soros are working together. This is why I broadcast, and I'm going to broadcast, and I will call in George Soros. These people have major money, and they're fueling all this racial tension, and they're using the Confederate flag to do so. We've got a lot of things that we're going to have to do to come together quickly. Another clip that I spoke to you about earlier in the broadcast is the younger generation who at the RNC yesterday are young. They're between the ages, I'm guessing, 18 to 24 years old. And you know, this is a very concerned moment for the younger generation that's coming up, graduating college, and folks like this. Now, I'm not saying that these people are affiliated with ICE like to me, because all I can see is, you know, it's very similar to what the ISIS group is doing. Other than that, they don't have weapons. Okay, the way they sit here and carry on and do all these things like this. This is why you've got to understand that if the younger folks are influenced, younger generations, these people are going to do anything in their power to sit here, do anything that they can to cause violence, to distract. It's just getting to the point where nobody knows who they are. The younger generation, white, north, south, living east, west, it's very disturbing to watch that you got these young kids, okay, and they're doing everything in their power they're doing everything in their power, these horrible terrorist groups, to influence the younger generation. I'm doing my best to try to find the clip. Every time they just ridiculous. It actually is totally, and all they do is to sit here. They'll do one, repeat themselves over and over and over, to the point where you really don't know what their their intentions are. Because if you look at what's going on, this clip here is of the younger generation, and you judge for yourself what you think that they look like. So, ladies and gentlemen, here's the clip.
Why are you guys here? I'm not here with them. I'm not. Look at that.
Now, watch carefully. That is a Alex Jones reporter. I don't know her name. She's there, and a fellow by the name of Joe. He's a former Navy SEAL.
Hey,
great guy.
What are you guys doing here?
Look at their dress.
That's what we've got.
This is about a 19, 21, 22-year-old.
It's a public space. That sounds like there are kids here. They're cussing, profanity.
I use profanity, but I apologize. But that's not the issue. Look what ISIS is doing to our generations being influenced by these
people. We just
people.
want to know who they are and who they're with. We just want to know who they're with. That's all. Like what their platform is. No, we don't. I'm interested in the flag, frankly. You know, Ken, I don't think they want to talk to us, but honestly, listening to their grievances, I'm trying to figure out who they are, what they're with. Very hostile group. Just got cussed out for just wanting to ask them a simple question, what they're doing here. I heard them tell the police officers that they don't feel safe, that these guys don't feel safe, the guys with the masks on.
The guys with a mask on don't feel safe. Isn't that ironic? All the people around them had no clue who they were. Thought they were terrorists. This is at the RNC yesterday. Look at this. These are teenagers. This is the younger generation. Call themselves the communist group.
Antifa is an organization that is on the street every single day trying to go with facts, cameras, people that are on the against Muslims, racism is against blacks, against Jewish people. Everybody in this country that is marginalized. The KKK is out here. We saw what happened in Sac. We saw people targeted by this.
Stand by, Confederate Flag Broadcasting Network. Please stand by. But do you see my point? The younger generation is just as confused as ever. They're going against the KKK, which is a good thing. But you dress like this. You don't sit in white sheets, black bed sheets, masks overhead. This is not you. Peace, comfort, and understanding humanity, all the races. This is not protesters dressed like ISIS. And they call them some other type of group, a communist type of group. And this guy up here is up here and standing up for him.
They're targeted by other racist groups, and
that's targeted by the state and racist groups. Like which one?
Like, I mean, racist groups like the KKK.
I agree with that. KKK is a racist group. Black Lives Matter is Black Panthers is a racist group. But you do not with this kind of presentation.
You guys don't see it because you're not on this.
See how confused this guy is?
Street level, but there's like shit going on.
I'm on the street every day.
I'm sure.
It's getting pretty hostile here. There's a fight about to break out. I think we should move for own safety. You know, we're trying to figure out what the heck they want, what they're doing here. They said that they were targeted by racist groups, which is why they have to cover their faces.
Now, the red-headed broadcast reporter.
I'm not really sure which racist group they're talking about.
Joe.
Did you catch the people in the mask?
This individual, Joe's a great guy. He's the former Navy SEAL, Joe, the former Navy SEAL, Alex Jones broadcasting crew. Everything was about to heat up there. Oh, because she wanted to know what kind of group these people were. Look at them. Look at them, how young they are and confused. This is kind of the shit that's going on in our country. It's going to get worse.
What's going on? Honestly. What's going on?
She is right there. She's a straight-up Hillary Clinton supporter. She's an agitator.
I know, how am I supposed to know that people talk to me? Someone says they don't want to
Grab my purse.
Stand by, ladies and gentlemen. Work. But do you see my point? The younger generation is confused as ever. We've got to understand what's going on now. Presidential elections, all this terrorist attack with the hate groups between the white and black supremacy groups, ISIS groups overseas. All this stuff is affecting the young generation so tremendously. They're actually confused and do not know their identity. Now, everything that I'm trying to explain along the way, they're using flag to do so. You hear what he said, because of racial groups like KKK. You see what the KKK has done to this flag? But absolutely the meaning of this flag. That's why you got black supremacy groups. That's why you got white supremacy groups. That's why you got terrorist groups. This flag does not represent, ladies and gentlemen. It's got 13 stars. If you count them, they represent the 37 below Dixon line. Everything that I'm trying to broadcast I always do my to repeat myself the true meaning of this flag, Southern flag. Individuals are going to grow up just as confused as anybody else because of supremacy and terrorist groups. If we don't come together, there's not going to be any healing going to take place. Yes, John J. Trump is on his way to the White House. There's no doubt about that. The economy will get better with it. Job will, but we've got to secure the southern border in our Southland. Our Southland has been attacked. Chattanooga, Tennessee, okay? San Bernardino, California, Dallas, Texas, Orlando, Florida, and Baton Rouge, Louisiana. That's 5 attacks, not the large scale like 9/11. But we Southerners have to sit here and be alert and defend ourselves. The government and the administration in that White House now won't do a damn thing for us. There's absolutely nothing they're going to do. Today, we had 6 people killed, several people injured. 3 gunmen were on the loose. 1 was captured in Munich, Germany, ladies and gentlemen. We've got the people I showed you about are dressed pretty much like the ninja suits with the ISIS look and all that. They had no weapons. There was no threat. How in the world can you protest dressed like that with hundreds of people around you, reporting you in, thinking that you are part of a terrorist group? This scares the crap out of people, man. Give me a break. You see how confused people are now? See how confused we're getting as a country? You have no idea if they are part of ISIS. You have no idea what they stand for. They say they're a communist, standing up to KKKs and all the other supremacy groups, which absolutely is what I'm for, supremacy groups. We're all human beings. We are losing control in this country and around the world, big time. Our country is the only country that has hope for humankind and the rest of the world. Our country has got to come together tighter. Black, white, Asian, blue, purple, green, I don't give a shit. This Confederate flag as a hate igniter, Young Turks. Young Turks and George Soros, they'd be lovely people, and the KKKs. All you hate people, the hate groups, the terrorists need to be sent off to Alcatraz and fight it out there and leave the United States southern land and northern land alone. This is how confused that clip I just showed you is a prime example. I'm going to be back with some news updates. I'm going to run through the news. My broadcasting taking a live call starts right now. If you want to call in at 423-967-0585, that's 423-967-0585. That is the line. I'll be taking live calls from here on out, from 6 p.m., 9 p.m. Eastern, every evening, Monday through Saturday, 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time. I'll be taking live calls. You can call the Confederate Flag Broadcasting Network, 423-967-0585. Once I receive a caller, I will go back on air live and I will broadcast that segment. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dan Holmes, BN, Confederate Flag Broadcasting Network, broadcasting live from Chattanooga, Tennessee, signing off.